Welcome back to the Overland Camper build. In the last video, we built the frame for the slide-out kitchen. In this video, we're going to go over building the kitchen itself, including a cool plumbing upgrade you didn't know you needed, so stick around. Once again, we utilize Sketchup to design the slide-out kitchen and make sure it fits and functions the way we want. As you can see, it's a fairly standard design, but made a little more complicated by the angles of the back door. It's way easier to make changes in the digital design, so make sure you have it how you want it before you start building. The entire unit was fabricated from less than a full sheet of 1/2-inch maple and fastened by pocket screws and wood glue. Here you can see the pocket hole construction from underneath. I'm a big fan of pocket holes. They make joining lumber so much easier. Nope, looks like I forgot to drill a hole here, but that's okay. And there's our grill drawer. Alright, the drawers are fitted. Turns out we ran into a little snag and the door latch was hitting in this area, so we had to cut out this section. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in from the inside, and then we'll start on the finish work for the drawers. Here's where we stand for the drawer function. You can pull this guy out. And you can pull this guy out. Or you can just do the bottom one. Like so. All right, glue up the last little bit. Then we'll put the lid on and put the lift hinges. I'll go ahead and sand everything down, and then we'll seal it all. So the original design was to use one of these standard Coleman grills. Plenty of extra room. But we're going to go ahead and upgrade this and use this Coleman Peak1 grill. Another thing we're going to change, instead of using one of these standard hard lines, we're going to use this flexible line, and hopefully it can just live in there and run down to the propane tank. Now here you can see the proof of concept. Everything fits with the hose hanging out the back. Now we have to figure out where we want to put the propane tank and how we want to deal with that situation. So I think what we're going to try to do is notch the back of this a little bit so this sits flat. Right now it's just sitting on this pot holder. And then the cord is long enough to run up into this drawer. So if I drill a little hole in the back of this drawer, I can run the cord through, and then I can screw this propane tank with this 3D printed adapter mounted here. I can screw it in, and that'll hold it all into place. And then when we need to change this out, we can just unscrew this and pull it all apart. At least that's what I'm thinking. Our hose is going to be slotted right through here, and then our grill is going to mount here and here. And I'm going to use these little wooden T things and this will make it so it's easily removable. So we're going to go ahead and drill a hole here and clean it up, and then we'll drill the holes here that are the size of this little threaded shank down here. Okay, here's the prepped upper shelf. There's the slot for the hose. To do that, I just used a 5/8 spade bit. Then I used a little rotary tool to cut upright. Then I just used a couple of files to clean everything up and kind of deburr the edge so it doesn't mess with the hose. For the mounting of the grill, the screw down things, these guys will just screw straight in, and that'll hold it into place. Those you just drill an 1/8 inch hole, and then you hammer from the back side these little T-nuts. Here's a little test fit of the grill and the hose in place. You can see hose fits in the slot, and these little knobs hold the grill down. It's not really going anywhere. I might put some little rubber feet or something under the back to keep it from rattling, but that is pretty solid. Now we're going to deal with the propane tank. So first I'll mount the holder in place, and then I have to drill a hole for the hose. So you can easily spin this in the holder, so that's how we're going to be able to screw it in, but I want to make sure that I have room to move the hose. So I'm probably going to drill a couple holes and make a slot so that this can slide back and forth. So we'll drill the first hole here, and then we'll drill the second hole probably an inch or so away, and then we'll combine the two and make a slot. I've already decided to make a change. Originally I was going to mount this like this and run the hose through here, but I decided I want to move it up an inch to the middle for two reasons. So I can get my hand around the propane tank easier, and so I can slide things underneath it, like my griddle. So because of that, I'm going to drill 2 more holes and make this a big open square, and then we'll proceed from there. Okay, with everything cut out, I think you can see kind of what we're going for here. The hose will come through the back here and screw tight onto that, and then run up, and the propane tank will just live right there. And when it gets low, we can easily screw and unscrew it and put a new one in. I might redesign this holder and make it a little stronger. Maybe add a couple more screws to it. With all the fabrication done, we can go ahead and check this out and see how it works. You can slide out the grill, turn on the gas, light it up, and you have fire. Make sure you turn them off all the way. Slide it back in. For the propane tank, slide out the storage tray. And there's the propane bottle, right in its little spot. I will redesign this so it's a little tighter and holds everything firm. But yeah, that's working well. So here's the original mount I printed, and here's the updated one. Added a couple more screw holes, a little reinforcement here, and printed it with more walls. Hopefully my approach gives you guys some good ideas for your overland kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next videos.